I'm Dorothy, Patrick on the camera. We're Toronto Master Gardeners. Often we find that we have older shrubs that for one reason or another either have stopped flowering well, have become congested or old and woody. And there's ways to rejuvenate shrubs. One way is to cut out up to a third of the stems every year so that in 3 to 4 years you have a new rejuvenated fresh shrub. Another way is to coppice, which is to cut the shrub right down to the ground. Coppicing is an aggressive pruning in that you've cut it right down to the roots. So it needs to be done in late winter, early spring, which gives the plant a chance to have its spring burst of growth and it hardens off before going into winter. Rejuvenating a plant, a shrub, 1/3 at a time, you will of course continue to get flowers. Coppicing, you won't get any flowers that first year. Here we have a 20-plus-year-old Weigela that has been great up till now, but this spring it arrived dead. And we did the scratch test on the bark, and underneath it's brown, there's no green showing anywhere. Your first instinct is dig it out, let's get another one, but it's always best to wait and see. And we've waited now a good 6 weeks, and all of a sudden we see new shoots, new growth coming from the base. The rest of the bush is totally dead, but there's new shoots coming. So we're going to actually coppice it, chop it right down to ground level, and hopefully we'll get the Weigela coming back. Because it's dead wood, we can use an anvil pruner, not a bypass. A bypass pruner is used on live wood, live branches. The anvil is a lot stronger, and we'll just chop all of these ones off for now that we can get with the pruner before we need to go in with a chainsaw or a sisal down to the ground. We'll never manage to saw through this with just a hand saw. So I'm taking off all these branches so that they're well out the way of our work. Okay? Now we're in closer to the new green shoots, and we're being very careful cutting now. We've decided to leave at this because the shoots are only just coming. We'll see if any more come before we attempt to take any more off. Ideally it would have been nice to have had this right at ground level, but because there's not a lot of growth coming, we don't want to jinx it anymore. We'll give it every chance possible to come back, and maybe by next spring we'll be able to take it right to ground level, knowing that there's good root structure there and it will come back. We're now 3 weeks later and we're absolutely thrilled at the results. By doing it at the right time, just before active spring growth, we really encouraged the new shoots to come up from what we thought was this dead Weigela. We think we'll take the Sawzall and take a bit more of this off now. There's nothing coming, and it will simply clean it up a bit. Coppicing works well on Weigelas and other shrubs that take hard pruning. For instance, red stem dogwood, and you get the nice new red stems for winter interest, spirea, butterfly bush, deutzia, and sambucus, for example, and also lilacs. These are some examples of shrubs that you can coppice if they've become old, woody, and you want to regenerate them.